Okay, so 1.7 piecewise functions. We've been over this a couple times. Basically, the big overview is you're graphing pieces of functions. Okay, so you're graphing pieces of functions. So let's just do one real fast that's easier. So remember, we have boundary lines, right? What are the boundary lines here? 0 and 3. These are our boundary lines, so we're not going to go beyond those. One way to do these is just to do the start and the end points, 0 and 3, and then draw the line between them. You can still do x and y, x or y-intercept and slope if you want. It's up to you. What's the value of the function at 0? Yeah. If I plug 0 in, what does it output? Right, so put that point on there. 3. And is it hollow or solid? It's solid because it's less or equal. Okay, so that's a solid dot. And if what's the function at value at 3? Say it louder. Thanks, Zach. And that's hollow or solid? Right. Because if you take 3 and you plug it in, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 3 is 9. So that's just one piece of that function on that interval. Instead of doing the whole line, instead of just graphing it, we're just restricting it to that domain and range. What if I add this one? Do you think you could put that one on there too? Well, my question is, can you do it? Do you have the ability to graph that? Okay, why don't you go ahead and try that. From -2 to 0. And if you need help, please ask. Okay, I'll put it up here, check your work. It should be plus 3. It should look like that. Just depending on your scale, of course. Mine's pretty small, but -2 is right here to 0, and at -2 it's hollow. At 0, there's already a solid dot, so we just join them up. Because those two have the same y-intercept.
How do you get your point? How do you know -2?
Well, if I take -2,
Right.
plug it in,
And it gives you, and then it gives you 2.
2. Yeah, -2, 2.
Oh.
That's the point. So that's one way of managing it.
Oh, can you put in 3 and the other one brackets?
On this one?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a 3 here. 3 and 0. So I did 0 and 3. Here I did -2 and 0.
Yeah. But the other one for x2x, so
Yeah, 3.
what do you do for this one?
Because it's -2. The boundaries are, these are the edges. So -2 and 0 give us these points. Here it's 0 and 3 give us those points. Okay, so if I were to write this differently, this look familiar? In here? Does this look familiar? Disadvantage of a small room. This is the same thing. Yeah, well, they hate you too. Okay, so those, if I were to graph h of x, it's the same graph as these two put together. Okay. Those are the same thing.
Can you show us one with like the
Absolute value? Yeah, I will. Or greatest integer. I think is that right? It's the greatest integer function that you. Okay, this is the last one for today. We're going to run out of time soon, but that's what the greatest integer function is. Yep, the staircase. All right, so this means basically use the smallest integer. So if x is 0.5, the smallest integer compared to that is, okay, Jared? 0. Yeah, you just go down to the next whole number. Okay. Obviously 0 is going to be 0. What about 0.75? It's 0. Okay. 1 is 1. What about 1.2? 1. All right. You see the pattern here? So when you graph it, whoops, not what I wanted to do. This is crude because we're going to get here soon. It looks like this. Okay, so this would be 1, 2, 3. This would be 1, 2. Okay, so it's a stair stepper. You can move them around. Let's say I do this. On the outside, I add 3. What's that going to do to the graph? What's the y-intercept now? 3, so it's going to move it up 3. What if I do this? This one's a little tougher. In the brackets, I minus 3. It shifts it right 3. That's where it gets a little funny. Okay. So just be careful. I'm not going to throw a lot of those at you. Okay. These are just useful sometimes. We didn't get to absolute value. I'll touch it tomorrow. Or tomorrow I'll be shooting an elk, hopefully. Tuesday. Okay, so this homework is going to be due Wednesday. Tuesday we have absolute value in an in-class activity about piecewise functions. Hopefully it'll help you understand it better. Okay. So 1.7, 1 through 13, 31 through 37, due Wednesday. Please work on it this weekend for your own sakes. I was hoping to get through this whole thing, have it due Tuesday, and you'd have Tuesday night not to have homework, but such is life, I guess. Huh? So try to get a couple done today, right now. Ask any questions you might have. Okay. I know I was hard on you guys today, but you got to get this stuff down. You got to work on it. Okay.